Apple announced 3 new phones this week, the iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, and the iPhone 10, which, as you know, corresponds to the numbers 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 Plus, 10. I don't know why I went over that. We all know how to count. I'm mostly going to be talking about the 10 today, though. I mean, none of them have a headphone jack, so obviously I have a problem with all of them. We'll put that aside. We'll talk about that later. So the iPhone 10 has a feature called FaceID. It's 3D mapping technology that they use to map your face, you know, to unlock your phone or apply those like Snapchat filters a little better. Those were bunny ears, not air quotes. Why would you do air quotes up here? Okay. And it sounds really cool and convenient, but for me personally anyway, it's actually really concerning, and here's why I think that. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm not trying to make clickbait or whatever. I think if we're going to take this step and we're going to start introducing major permanent biometric security measures, you know, industry-wide, we should probably talk about the implications first. And I had this conversation on Twitter today just a few minutes ago, so I'm going to be including some tweets from you guys in here. I hope that's a-okay. Alright, let's get started. So the first angle I wanted to talk about, and the first thing that occurred to me being on YouTube and doing what I do with online video, is the advertising angle. You've probably noticed that ads online have become more and more bespoke and customized. You can, you know, be looking at a dress on ModCloth at 2 in the afternoon, and then, you know, at 6 in the evening you're on Facebook and an ad for that exact dress pops up even though that tab has been long closed. Here's the thing with Face ID. So your phone can already tell what web page you visited, how long you were on it, and what you were looking at. So theoretically, Face ID with some sort of eye tracking technology built into it would be able to tell, you know, if you really watched that whole Facebook video, it could tell how long your eyes maybe lingered on an ex's Instagram picture before you scrolled on by, and exactly what in the picture you were looking at, and it can probably tell whether you actually read that think piece your friend sent you or whether you just sort of skimmed it and reposted it to Facebook. Now, this feature doesn't come in the box with an iPhone 10 from what I understand, but it is the logical progression given where we're going and what already exists on the market. There are already companies that are designing eye tracking peripherals that you can add to a computer for a variety of applications. It's used in research a lot, and there's talk about it potentially being the future of gaming, so it could become very standard. Even if Apple swears to never do anything with this technology beyond letting you unlock your phone, it still exists on your phone. You still have third-party apps on your phone like Facebook and that kind of thing, and you allow Facebook to access your camera, you allow it to access your microphone if you're like me, and there's potential that an app like Facebook would ask for access to this 3D facial scanning technology and the eye tracking technology eventually to use on their site to improve your experience, give you Snapchat filters or whatever, and then potentially take that information and sell it to a third party like Facebook does with all of your other information that it collects. As our face becomes, you know, a biometric security standard, there's a couple other things we should think about as well. Amazon Go, I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It's a grocery store sort of pilot program. It's not widespread yet, run by Amazon, where you can go into the store and shop as you normally would and pick up what you want to pick up and leave. You don't have to line up to cash out or anything, and facial ID scanners will be able to tell what you picked up, where you picked it up, and how much you owe, and automatically charge your Amazon account. So suddenly, as soon as you have Face ID type technology in physical locations and on your phone, these companies can sort of track when you enter their store. You know, if you have the Amazon app on your phone, Amazon can say, oh, here are the last 10 things you looked at on Amazon and how long you looked at them and what part of the screen you were looking at when you were looking at them. I think it's bordering on insidious at that point. It becomes a bit creepy for me. And again, this is all theoretical, but if you give Amazon that data and you choose to say, yes, I'll let the Amazon app store what I'm looking at, and I'll let Amazon Go look at my face when I go into the store, I mean, you have to expect these corporations are for profit. They will likely use that information and leverage it to try and sell you more stuff. I also think when you start using face scanning for everything, like for opening your phone, for banking, for going grocery shopping, whatever it is, to me it sounds kind of like setting every password you have everywhere to your bank PIN. So now 3D scanning is unhackable, but I mean, the growth in the technology sector is exponential at this point. So unhackable things become hackable pretty quickly as we grow our knowledge of our technology and we innovate and we create new things, right? So you have to trust these companies that are collecting your data, that they'll be upgrading their security and keeping up with the times and keeping you as safe as possible. That's a blind trust. And major corporations fail to do that all the time. I mean, Rebecca Rose on Twitter pointed out Equifax is a huge example right now of just total data breach. So if folks can get your facial data, they can get like almost everything if every password you have is just your face. And if your face is your password to everything and it's your face, you can't change it, what do you do in the event of a breach? How do you change your password when your password is like glued to your skeleton. That's not really how skin works, I guess. And that was KM on Twitter that pointed that out. Thank you, KM. So I brought up the concern that faces can be photographed, right? So anyone can take a picture of your face anywhere, pretty much. We all have cameras on our phones. My friend Reese on Twitter pointed out that this is 3D mapping, so you need your actual physical face there. Thank you, Reese. That's reassuring. But then Jarrett pointed out another twist to me, which is that as long as somebody has your face in your phone, they can unlock your phone against your will by just going like that. You could be potentially restrained, you could be unconscious. Police officers, if they choose to do a search of your person or your house or your car, they could unlock your phone just, again, by going like this with no permission or anything. And even if it's an unconstitutional search with no warrant, they can unlock your phone, they can look through it. You can't do much to stop them at that point. Jared also pointed out an interesting question, which is how similar do two people have to be before they can unlock each other's phones, right? Like, can Katy Perry unlock Zooey Deschanel's phone? If someone looks enough like you, can they unlock your phone? I know there are folks in the comments probably right now defending Apple. They'll never do this, they don't sell data, and that's totally fine. If you're comfortable with Face ID and you think it sounds like a great convenience and something you want in your life, by all means, like, use it. It's totally up to you. I have serious qualms and concerns about trusting like a for-profit corporation with my personal, hopefully permanent biometric data. I'm just suggesting, you know, considering the possibilities, considering where things might go when you're making this decision of giving your face essentially to a bunch of companies who live on your phone. Just because you trust Apple in 2017 might not mean you trust Apple 5 years down the road, right? There's lots of things to consider. Plus, there's no headphone jack, so I think I'm gonna pass. What do you guys think? Are you gonna enable Face ID? Are you interested in the iPhone 10? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious. And if you like this video, please give it a like and click subscribe and share it with a friend and join the Ding Dong Squad. Hit that bell. You'll get a notification when I post a new video. And it would be an honor to have you join the Ding Dong Squad, which is a name that is, I guess, has stuck at this point. I hope to hear from you in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!